All right, folks, here's the setup. That is just an old Billy Westmoreland rod. It's a medium action graphite rod. I've had that thing 20 plus years. I've got a Daiwa Regal 2500 series reel on there. It's spooled with 20-pound test braid. And on that, I have a leader here. And this is, I don't know, 3 foot or so of leader line. That is 15-pound fluorocarbon, and I've got 3 jig heads on there with 3-inch gulp minnows. We're allowed to use 3 hooks per line here in Tennessee, so that's why I've got 3 on there. Now down here toward the bottom, I've got some larger pieces of split shot just to give it some extra weight and help keep it down there near the bottom as I'm moving along. But I'm just going to take these jigs, they're tied in a series here about 1 foot apart each, and we'll work it down near the bottom as we move along in that kind of 0.3, 0.5 mile an hour range. All right, start letting out some line here. Let it sink down. Starting out here in about 13 feet. Basically, I'm just going to be feeling here. I'm going to be feeling for it to bottom. I don't want it dragging bottom, but I want to feel it on bottom so then I can reel up and know that I'm just off the bottom. If you let them jigs drag bottom with that exposed hook, you're in for a bad day. You're going to stay snagged. Fish. There's one. Felt him hit it. Oh, he's going to dig too now. Look at that, buddy. Woo! I don't know what we got, but he's a pulling. Goodness now. Maybe a white bass. Or striper or something. Yeah, buddy. Never know what you're going to catch doing this technique right here. Could be bluegill, crappie, white bass, largemouth, smallmouth, stripers, catfish. Everything will hit a small jig. That's why when I'm doing this with the bigger size gulp minnows, just because you never know what you're going to hook into, I like to use a little bit heavier line. Like I said, my leader, I believe it's 15-pound test fluorocarbon. It's either 12 or 15, I can't remember. It's a spool I've had forever. Basically just use it for leaders. This thing's a digging, I'll tell you that, man. But I'm just out here today just looking to catch something to use for catfish bait tomorrow. I've got a couple crappie left in my cooler from the last trip, and I want to make sure I've got some fresh bait for tomorrow and make sure I got plenty of it in case I get on them. I need to go buy me another cast net. I'm just so dang pissed off about losing my other. Every time I lose a cast net, which is way too frequently, I always say I'm done with it. But that's the last one I'm going to buy. Because really, you know, I like using shad in the winter months, but the rest of the year I don't really care for it. So it's hard to justify keep throwing expensive cast nets down to the bottom of the river. These jigs are cheap to replace if I break off on them. I'm excited to get this thing up here. It's a bigger fish, I'll tell you that. He's putting a bend in that rod. That's a medium action rod right there. It's a old Bass Pro Shop Billy Westmoreland rod. I love this rod. I've had it since I was a teenager. I use it when I'm out catching white bass and skipjack and doing bass fishing, things like that. I still don't know what this thing is. It may be a catfish. I don't know. Oh gosh, it is. Look there. We're trying to get bait to catch blues, and I'm catching blues on my bait rig. Let's get a hold of this old thing without breaking my line. Y'all, that right there ain't a bad fish, man. That's one of them I'd call a fun size. But that'll show you. You see that bait he eats right there? 3-inch gulp minnow. This cold water, 47 degrees. you're gonna get them on the smaller baits. He ate him that little jig right there. Pliers, get that thing out. There. If I can hold him out far enough to get him in the camera, that's a fairly big fish. I got my measuring board with me here in the hatch. Let me get it out and we'll throw him on the board. Yeah, you know, that fish right there, well, he's sliding. That one right there is, if he'll lay his tail down, he'll be over 33 inches, almost 34 inches. Good fish. On my bait rod. All right, y'all, one last look at him there. Nice blue cat on my bait rod. Let's let him go. Go on out of here, buddy. There you go. Massive school of shad right there, basically from the surface down to about 24 feet. Be surprised if we hook into something right here. Something's gonna be under that school of shad. Fish right there. Got another one. Under that school of shad. I knew you get a school of shad that big, there's gonna be some fish under it. Oh, it's another catfish. Not what we need. It's what we need to catch. I need bait to go get the big ones. Just a little feller here. He also ate the top minnow. Open up. You're gonna rip my minnow now. There you go. Little thing. All right, let's drop them jigs back down there. Yeah, them catfish there, they're under the shad, but everything else will be too. Fish. There's one. Fish on. You popped it, buddy. You just felt thump. Kind of feels like it might be another dang catfish. Here I am trying to get catfish bait and catching the catfish. I could be wrong, but it kind of feels like one. It is. Another dink blue cat right there. On a jig. That's 3 catfish and no bait. There he is. Little fat feller. Look how swollen his stomach is. He's been down there eating good. Let's let him go. He'll get big for me. We'll do it again someday. That's some shad right there, most likely, real deep. Between 12 and looks like about 18 feet of water. I'm sitting in 19 feet right now. I just trolled up, and now I'm gonna start drifting back again. There we go. Hello, he's gonna pull a little bit now. We won't bet this is another channel cat or something. Channel or a small blue. I'd almost bet money on it. We can't stay out of them things today. Come out here hoping to get some yellow bass or white bass or maybe a drum and show you how I do it, because I get so many questions about it. And this is a technique here that I often use in the cold months, just kind of slow trolling jigs like this. And I come out here and do it today and can't catch a nary one of them white bass or yellow bass. Can't even find them. But we get these catfish non-stop. Oh, no, I don't believe that's a channel cat, y'all. That's what we're looking for. That's one of what we're looking for. It's a little drum. Oh yeah, come here, buddy. I want you. You're what I need. No, don't break my line now. Don't break my line. Be careful here, because I switched over to my ultralight rod when I started using these smaller jigs. There we go. All right. Oh, he just broke my line too, right there. Yeah, y'all look at that. Nice little drum. That'll make a good bait for tomorrow. Heck yeah. That's what I was hoping to that's one of them fish I was hoping to find out here. Had to switch over to my ultralight rod and downsize to get him. But that's all right. We adapted to the conditions and got it done. Right here as it's about to start pouring down rain. Be cold and wet. Yeah, maybe he didn't break my line. I thought he broke me off. All right, man, let's throw him in the box there. Heck yeah.